Hello, bots.
Okay, before I get started, I'm going to go over some trigger warnings that I know are going to be in this session. There's going to be animal harm and abuse and death. There's going to be death, violence, raised voices, arguing, and likely colorful language. Viewer discretion is advised. You ready, Checo?
I am so ready.
Awesome. It is 5 p.m. in the afternoon. You got off of your Calvin Anderson got off of his regular work day. And what does he normally do as a human? Does he go straight back home? Does he go hang out with friends?
He probably, what he likes to do is just go probably hiking. He probably, after a good day of work, he would love just to go hiking, at least for a couple of hours, and then head home, take a shower, maybe watch some TV, check with friends. But this is a work day. He's mostly going on a hike.
Okay. So that's just like how he winds down from his regular job.
Yes, that's how he winds down.
Okay. Where does he usually like to go hiking?
He loves going hiking in probably more remote parts of where he is. Probably he wants to scale at least to scale a hill to probably one of his favorite trees, and probably feed some of the animals around, and then he'll vibe up there for a bit, and then he'll make his way down before sunset.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stamina plus athletics for your hike. No blood
Alrighty.
dice. No blood surging.
Do you want me to use the dice pot or dice?
This is within a coterie session, so you can use either.
Okay. Stamina and athletics. Okay. I got 2.
Okay. The hike is a bit of a slog. Takes a little longer than you're used to. There's more natural impediments in the way that there usually are. You always enjoy the challenge. It's not difficult to get fully around it, but it takes longer. And as you get to the turn point of your hike, where you go up into a tree and listen to the animals and relax, kind of just sit and bathe in the evening sun. Is there anything in particular that he usually thinks about during this time of day, or is he just let himself sink into it without real thought?
He takes this time to completely decompress. He doesn't really think of much. He takes these trips, sits in this tree just to embrace nature and just have the chance to relax and let nature talk to him.
Okay. Is this the park that he normally works at, or is this a different place?
It's close, but it's not his usual place. He purposely picks this place because it's not around where people usually would be.
Mhm.
He's purposely making it to where he's trying not to run into anyone, just
Mhm.
so he can truly relax and not have to worry about any social interactions.
Okay. As he is relaxing and closing his eyes and feeling the heat of the sun that is filtered through the leaves of where he is, he can feel some of the hum of anything that is living inside of the tree, some of the rustle of the branches around him. Look out, a light breeze. Feels good outside. Give me a wits and awareness.
What's an awareness? So that would be probably my best pull ever, other than my other one. That is 3.
It's quieter than it normally is. Can't quite identify why or what. But as you sit and as you listen, you've been out here before. These sounds, there's usually always some kind of chittering, like little warning sounds. Because while you are good with animals, they, you're still a human. You're still a predator. You're still big. There aren't those warning sounds going out and around. Not even the sounds of bugs. No sounds of birds. Can't hear anything in the trees. Everything has fallen to a crisp and strange quiet. Does he stay up there?
Probably once he realizes this is happening, he's not going to want to stay because he's a little curious, but most of probably his instincts is telling him this is probably, if there's no other animals here, I probably shouldn't be here. So he's going to start making his way down the tree and just try to figure out what's going on so he can prepare to run if he has to.
Okay. He starts his hike back down, and it's his normal trail that he will take. As he's thinking about this, give me an intelligence plus survival.
And survival. I don't think it applies, but I do have my tracking specialty.
No.
Okay. 3.
It takes a little while to come to the conclusion. And it makes your hair stand on end. You feel the goosebumps rising up on your hands, up your arms, like something is crawling up the back of your spine. The only time the forest falls that quiet is when everything is trying to not be seen by a greater predator. And the fact that that never happens around you means there is something out here with you. You feel your heart start to climb into your throat, beat a little faster. What does Cal do?
Um, he's gonna start rushing out of here. Oh, Most of the time, people might try to investigate. He's like, not today. He's just booking it back to where he knows is safe.
Okay. Give me a dex and athletics, please.
Uh, 3.
That was a difficulty because you know how to get around this. You know how to run and how to get down. Mostly just so you can dodge the tree. This is not a common. You run. You start and you are weaving and dodging around trees. You go in straight lines and then you go in zigzags. You have no idea what is in here. You have no idea what is pushed. Everything in the forest. To have this prey response. You have no idea what has driven you to have this prey response. And the thing is, you know better than to have a prey response when a predator is in the area. But something about this has made that instinct rise up and twist. And it has made you go against all reason. It has made you run. Did you take a car, or did you drive, or did you walk?
He probably drove.
Okay. You get back to your car. You fumble with your keys. Your hands are shaking. Your heart's still racing. Do you get in your car and go back home?
He's first just going to take a look around, and he's going to try to go into not really meditation, but he's trying to take a couple of deep breaths because he knows that if he drives like this, he's probably going to maybe crash or run into something. He's aware he needs to calm himself down before he does anything else.
Okay. Give me a composure plus resolve, please.
Okay. That is 1.
You want to spend willpower?
Yes, I do. 'Cause that was a garbage roll. Okay, that went from 1 to 4.
Good. You focus. You brace yourself against your car. You take deep breaths in through your mouth, and you hold it, and you let it out your nose. You do this a couple of times so that your heartbeat starts to slow. You feel the shake and the quiver of your form start to ease. You relax enough in order to be able to get into your car. Does Cal leave and go back home?
Yes, he does.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you roll a drive roll on this. This is probably a very familiar drive for him. And he probably makes a point of not speeding.
He obeys traffic laws.
Mhm. But what's going through his head?
He's just kind of like, what was that? I've never felt that before. I've dealt with dangerous animals, but he's never felt like that before. So it's just he just trying to put together in his head, why did he feel like this? Why did it get that bad? He's never felt scared in a forest before, or really ever. It's the first time that's really happened to him, so it's really got him spooked.
So you get back home. You get to your. Does he live in an apartment or does he live in a house?
Apartment.
Does he live alone or does he have roommates?
He lives alone. It's a crappy one bedroom. He doesn't feel like he needs a lot of space since he's usually never home.
That makes sense. So he goes up to his apartment, goes in, locks up. I'm assuming he starts to go into the rituals that he does before taking a shower.
Yes, the first thing he'll do is he'll take off all his gear, place it in bins where it needs to be washed, and then he'll go take a shower. And usually his showers are about 15, 20 minutes because he's usually very dirty with his job, so he makes sure he gets very clean, and then he'll usually get out and go prepare dinner, which is probably something light. So it's probably just making like chicken and dumplings or something.
I
First
also
thing came to
imagine he's
mind.
the kind of guy that has like frozen food, just for easy
100%.
stuff.
Yeah, he has a whole bunch of that stuff. He probably has he probably bought like a deep freezer to have stuff in, so he can just make stuff quickly or just throw it in the oven for a bit.
Yeah, he sounds like one of one of those people that will prep all the meals for a week and then
100%.
eat later. So he'll take his shower. Does he tend to zone out while he showers, or is he one of the ones that has a lot of deep thoughts? Or
Not really. His deep thoughts is when he's in the forest. He's a little bit more aware of himself when he's home.
okay, he takes a shower, cleans himself off of the day, gets out, puts on some probably comfy clothes for the night, and then goes over to start preparing his meal. As he starts getting everything ready, his phone starts ringing.
He'll pick it up.
Hey Anderson,
What's up?
you recognize the voice as one of your coworkers from the park you work at. So
Go ahead.
we got someone that's allegedly lost in the park.
What, is Dimitri not on staff today?
Nah, he broke his ankle.
How did he? Let me guess. He was trying to do the whole flip off a tree thing again.
Listen, we keep telling him to stop, but honestly, he thinks he can do it. He really thinks he can do it, but at his age, he should really stop. Maybe this time he'll learn.
Maybe. Yeah, I'm on the way. I guess I'll just grab some jerky on the way. Can you send me last known whereabouts, and I will do my best if I can find them.
Yeah, thanks. I owe you one. He
As
will send you
always.
off.
See you, dude.
Yeah. He will send you last known whereabouts, basically a GPS coordinate of where this phone last was seen. this area in particular doesn't have the best cell signal, and it seems that from what they've been able to triangulate and that kind of stuff, his phone either lost signal or died.
Gotcha. So what I'm going to do is put the meal back. I'm going to grab some jerky that he probably always has. He's going to grab his safety kit, his first aid kit, and he's going to pack up his stuff and jump in his car and will drive as closest as he can, and then get out and go on foot and head into the woods.
Okay. You are given a physical description of a young man that looks like this, and they don't seem to have like a name directly for him. Like his friends that reported it were calling him Dick. But you're not sure if it's because he wandered into the woods alone and they were calling him a Dick, or if his name or his nickname is actually
Kal thinks he's a dick.
Okay. So you drive to your workplace. As you drive there, are you just thinking about the fact that you're going to have to go and track this guy on jerky and hope? Or
Pretty much. He's just like, okay, this idiot, I have to find another idiot that didn't listen to what we said. I am missing dinner. I still have to do my job, so I can't just leave the dude.
so why does Cal feel like he needs to do this?
Kal is the type of person where he generally likes helping people, and he's only really been good at woodsy stuff. He's sucked in a lot of other stuff in his life, and he felt like the only times he's ever really felt in control is when he was in forest and looking for people. It took some time to figure out who he really was, and he felt at home in the forest and in parks and all that stuff. And it's kind of his need to make sure people are safe in what he considers his home.
Okay. That makes sense. As he pulls up, he would see like this gaggle of frat boys near the offices of the park. Surprisingly, they all look pretty sober, but they seem to be all kind of dogpiling on your coworker with the like demands and expectations. Where's my friend? Why aren't you going to look for him? This is your job, isn't it? All that kind of stuff.
Cal's gonna immediately head over and kind of slide in front of his coworker and be like, hey guys, relax. No, it's your friend's important to you. I'm about to go find him myself. I know the woods like the back of my hand. I'm gonna go make sure he's okay, but I need you guys to remain calm and please don't cry my coworker. They're doing their best.
Go ahead and give me a composure plus persuasion, please.
Can I argue charisma?
Sell it to me.
Oh, he's just being a first personality and just making sure the attention's it's just on him, just by being charming.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, that's better for me. That is 2 successes.
There is some resistance. There is some skeptical looks toward your direction, but with some assistance from your coworker, you manage to convince them that you'll be able to find their friend, that everything's going to be okay. They don't look entirely convinced, but they're going to let you do your job.
Yep. He's not gonna stay for too long. He's just gonna be like, I need to go now. So after talking to them, he's gonna head off into the forest.
Okay. You go ahead and give me a resolve and survival roll, please.
Do I get my tracking specialty?
You do.
Ooh, haha. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes. No crit.
Very nice, very nice. You start to focus as you head into these woods. You were shown pictures of what he last wore, of this weird guy that just decided to bounce off into the woods to like prove a point or something. Before you had left that group of people, you had looked down and noticed that they were all wearing a similar kind of shoe. Frat boys like to match. So it was easy to pick up on tracks that he left with his. There are broken branches. It looks like there are like at one point you found a torn off piece of his shirt that was snagged by a branch. Then again, no one's clothing goes unscathed when going through brambles. He's gone far off the path. Give me a wits and awareness.
Okay. What's the word? I got 4. No, sorry, 5.
Okay. That silence. It's there again. Not a chirp from the birds. Can't even hear any bugs. It's almost as if the trees are afraid to shift and move for fear of breaking the silence. You feel your hackles raise again. Do you continue?
Everything in him is telling him to run. But he's not going to. He came here for a reason. He needs to know if this person's okay or not. As much as his instinct is telling him to flee, he's going to push on.
Okay. You continue following the trail that this person has left. And as you close in on the freshest tracks, you start hearing something. It is a crack, a crash. What sounds like trees? There's a loud roar. Sounds like a bear. You haven't seen many of them. But it sounds angry. It sounds like the kind that you would warn tourists and the like if it was cub season in a different part of the country. As he keep going.
Now he really wants to turn back, but he's going to proceed cautiously and slowly and try not to be perceived as a threat, but he will go forward.
Okay. As he goes forward, he would see the back of that man that he'd been shown pictures of. And a massive black. A mouth open in a snarl. Teeth bared. As it brings down one massive paw down onto the man. You see blood fly up and off. You can see the man stumble. The bear hasn't seen you yet. So the man has. Dick, as you know him, kind of reaches out to you desperately. Seems like he's realized how far in over his head he's gotten. What does Kal do?
Kal, seeing this guy crying for help, Cal's always had a particular kind of flaw here and there. It's wanting to protect people, no matter if he's kind of outpaced. So he's gonna sprint forward and shoulder check the bear.
Okay. Give me a strength plus brawl, please.
As he's doing that, he's going to yell at the person to run. I'm gonna use will.
Go for it.
Thank God I use will. That is 6 with the crit.
Very nice, very nice.
Sorry, 7 with the crit. I can't math.
Very nice. Excuse me. So. How big is Kal? How tall is he?
He's 6 foot even.
So Kal steadies himself and comes out of basically the bear's blind spot. Well, They seem to be focused on the man that has seemingly disturbed them. You shoulder check them, and they stumble. This bear staggers to the side, and the man starts to stumble and quickly try to move toward the woods, toward the more forested area. You see the bear lash out with a massive paw and go over its back. You watch him stumble and fall. But he seems to be trying to push himself up. And as you're looking at this bear, and it rounds on you, you notice its teeth are a lot longer than they should be. And you would notice this bear has very bright blue eyes. He's going to take a swipe at you. Next an athletic, please, if you'd like to dodge. Bring the ball up if you'd like to hit back.
It's gonna be like, oh, I'm screwed. Well, about to go out fighting. I'm gonna hit back. I mean, that's not a bad roll, but I'm about to die. So I'm gonna use another will. Okay, that will didn't really do anything. 4 successes.
Okay. This bear comes down on you. You barely have a chance to hit back. You feel the claws digging in you. And in an odd maneuver for a creature like this, it hooked its long claws, strangely long, incredibly sharp, into your body, slams you into the ground, pulling its long and bloody claw out of you. You are going to take 'How many boxes of health do you have?
5.
You're going to take 4 points of aggravated damage. Do you keep fighting?
Yes.
Good. Because the bear's focused on you now. You can see something almost... It's animal, but it's monstrous. You are struck with the realization. This was the thing in the forest. This is where that silence was coming from. This is that thing that made something crawl up the back of your spine. That is when Kal realizes this isn't a real bear. You giving me a strength plus brawl, or are you giving me a dex plus athletics to dodge?
There is no dodging. I'm hitting.
Hmm.
Yeah, Kal just kind of spits up blood because he probably has a lot of it coming after him. And as he's getting ready to fight, well, after he taken that massive blow, he's going to be like, huh, well, guess I'm going to die to a monster today. Fuck you, and he's going to try and punch it.
Okay.
That is a garbage roll. I'm going to use war willpower. Okay, dice. So you don't want it immediately for me to die. Cool. So that will be for 6 with a crit.
Very nice, very nice. Your punch lands. Squarely. You land it square in its nose. It reels back a little bit. You see something flex in its mouth. Those sharp, sharp teeth. Finally registers those are fangs. And the laugh comes out of it. Never heard anything like that from an animal. Or a bear. And as the bear starts to shift, you see rippling muscle, and you see it start to shrink and shed and warp into what looks like a young woman with a wild and feral fucking finally challenge.
The heck?
And she dives upon you. Her claws hooking into your chest and dragging you down. You try to get away.
Oh, with a lot of confusion, I don't think he believes he can get away. So he's just gonna keep fighting.
Okay. Give me a strength plus athletics.
Okay. Yeah, 2.
Okay. She yanks you on. And you feel an insurmountable amount of pain ripple through you. You can nearly feel yourself going into shock. You've seen people be damaged and hurt to the point of going into this state. There's that cool feeling, endorphins. They're trying to assuage all of the pain and all of the damage from the rips into your flesh. You can feel those claws digging in, almost slotting between your ribs. And then the most euphoric sensation washes over you as you feel her fangs drive into your throat. And she drinks, and she drinks. You feel yourself getting a little dizzy. And she continues to drink. And I'm going to need you to give me a strength plus athletics one more time. As you struggle automatically to not die.
Oh, I got a success on every die. That is 5 successes.
Okay. You fight. You can feel her struggle to hold on to you, but she does. You can feel the strain. You feel the muscle rip between her claws. But you go weak. You go quiet. You slump. And here we witness the death of Calvin Anderson. Some part of you very faintly feels something warm trickling down your throat. There's a hand that kind of massages the front of it to help it go down. A couple hours pass. Now, give me a rouse check.
Oh, that speaks a lot. That's a failure.
Okay. Calvin Anderson. You wake with a sudden gasp. You feel beyond pain, beyond everything. You feel hunger, and it is completely foreign. You see that woman that you ran into, that fought you, that was a bear. She seems to be sitting there, waiting. She's watching. You feel this strange adoration for her. You can't quite explain why. You can't quite talk yourself or logic yourself out of it. She is one of the most beautiful women you've ever seen. As you look into her blue eyes, I need you to give me a stamina plus resolve.
Stamina plus resolve. Okay. Am I at hunger 2?
You're at hunger 5.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'm only rolling blood dice. I hope I miss a crit. I messy crit. Oh, that sits with a messy.
Okay. You feel a sharp pain consume one of your eyes. You blink a couple times, your own blood clouds your vision. And you start to dig your fingers around the area, around into your eye socket, into your skull. Like you could fix it if you just pulled it out. You're not thinking clearly. You're starved. You're going to inflict. You no longer. Originally, you came back with no aggravated damage, but you're going to inflict 1 aggravated damage onto yourself.
Yay.
But you're able to tough it out. The pain is brief, but it is excruciating. Full times the blood streams down the side of your face, along with a couple of new scratches that you've given yourself. You see that lovely young woman standing before you. Takes a couple of steps closer, kind of reaches forward and grabs your chin, cradles your face for a moment, stares at you. You look hungry.
What'd you do to me?
I know how to fix that. Oh, I made you into something better.
He just
Don't
kind of
worry.
like
I'll explain once.
stares.
Don't worry, Cal. I'll explain all of it when we get back to my place. But first, she kind of takes a couple steps back and grabs the man. He's not dead. He's unconscious. Pulls him forward in front of herself. Extends her neck, her fingers into those long claws that you witnessed before, and drags it across his collar. Due to your embrace, you have recovered all of your super willpower. I will need you to roll a hunger frenzy for me, please.
He's recovered all of it?
You recovered the superficial willpower damage you took for burning the
Okay.
willpower while he was human.
Gotcha. And am I considered humanity 9 at the moment?
8. You are currently
8?
8.
Okay. Currently 8. So that would be 2 dice from humanity. And okay. Oh crap, Cal. Okay. That's 5.
Excellent. You resist the urge to yank the man away from this woman. But the hunger is still there. And that is the most delectable thing that you have ever smelled. Smells better than anything your mom ever made you. And it smells, you can almost taste it. And almost unwittingly, Cal has taken a couple of steps closer. Feel a faint burning along your gums. And when he traces his teeth over them, feels the prick of a fang. But he's so hungry he barely realizes it. Do you drink from this man?
He's gonna take a moment, shake his head.
Is he going to try to resist drinking from this man?
He's gonna try.
Okay. Give me a composure and resolve. This does include your blood die.
That's that's a 1.
You take another step forward. You lean and take a deep breath in through your nose. The scent of his blood is almost saturating your senses. All you want right now, all you need. Feel something burning inside of you to consume. Does he still try to resist?
He's gonna still try and resist.
Okay. Give me a composure plus athletics.
Plus athletics. Okay. 2 successes.
Okay. Do you want to burn a willpower? Okay.
I can't. It's all blood die.
You start to pull yourself away. There's a snarl on your mouth. You can feel the temptation rising up. You can see a very dainty hand being put on your shoulder. You need to feed. You have to feed. Does this man matter so much to you?
I'm not gonna hurt an innocent person.
He's not innocent. No man is innocent. I was simply laying in the woods as a bear, and he started throwing things at me. He is a stupid man, and he gets consequences. You are a consequence now. Because you decided to fight me too.
He takes like unnecessary deep breath because he doesn't think he still thinks he's human. Yes, he's stupid, and he made a mistake. But I bet he's already regretting all of his actions.
Yes. But one thing you will learn. Because you will. Because you're going to be with me. There are some consequences you do not survive. I am one of them.
No wonder the animal stayed away from you.
The animals do not like us. She kind of slides that hand up the side of your neck to hold you off. You need to feed. And as Kal continues to try to argue with her, you can feel that bestial impulse. That foreign thing is now clawing inside of him, surging forward. Not controlling him, but it wants to. You want to kill this man. You want to drain him. You want to punish him for treating this woman that you care so much in such a way. You continue to resist.
He's still going to try.
Okay. One more component of athletics, please.
Oh, I think that sealed my fate. That is 0 successes on the bestial fail.
Would you like to bargain with me? Or would you like to?
Sure. What is the bargain?
The bargain is you don't have to drain this man. Your humanity doesn't have to drop because of it. But this man will become your enemy. This man will remember you. I will say that this does not affect how your humanity is going to go in game. But it is something that will happen, and there will be consequences.
Oh. Alright. Gonna have a dice juice. Dice. High I do it, low I don't. Well, I guess I'm eating him.
So you come forward and you drink?
Yes.
Okay. You drink. You sink your fangs in. It is I wouldn't call it sweet. Because it's more than just sweet. It's more than just savory. It is everything you could want in your palate. And you're greedy for it. You drink. Drink. You feel it go down your throat. Are you going to try and resist draining him?
No.
So you're going to drain him?
Yep. Dice have decided, and that's what I'm doing.
Okay. You drink and drink, drink. You feel him go. You feel him struggle. Just like you did. But he's not as strong as you. He's just some frat boy that got a little too high up on his horse. You feel him gripping into your arms. You feel his pleas in your ear. They're garbled. You sunk your fangs in a little too deep. You almost hear him drowning on his own blood. What a waste. You drain. You drain. Drain. You feel him Go slack, completely still, in your arms. I'm going to hit you with a stain. And I looked down at this man that you just killed. What do you feel?
Terrible, but at the same time elated.
That voice in your head, that curdling hunger, it is fully sated. That woman with her bright blue eyes and her feral smile. She coos at you, tells you to eat good. She helps you hide the body. She knows where to put it and know how to slice it in order to attract other predators. You learn her name is Moon. You learn that you are now something called a Kindred, a vampire. Something that goes bump in the night. You are what they call a gangrel. A feral beast of a kindred. Calls to more the more bestial parts. To walk in harmony with your beast. Be not fighted as easily. Feel more kinship with the earth and the animals. And a stubbornness and a will that no one can break. Thank you. And as we are closing this part of the scene, please roll me your remorse check. You have 1 dice.
Okay. That is a 6. So I believe that's a pass.
It is a pass.
Okay.
Al Anderson. You killed an innocent man. You drained him. No matter what Moon says, you knew how you. Innocence is such a strange phrase for evil to use. It can so easily line up with what people do not know, what is unknown, and what is stupid. This is what has driven you to never drink off of humans again. You will always remember the taste of him on your tongue. But you will remember him as a lesson. You love your Moon very dearly. But she is eclipsed in your own guilt. She stays with you for about a month. She teaches you the ways of the gangrel, of her kind. She makes sure that you don't go into the city of Philadelphia. Tells you that there's assholes running the place right now. That they're trying to run out and hurt people of their own. So she tells you to stay out here where you know you're good at. Survive. And after a month, almost on the dot, she's in the wind. You don't know where she went. You don't know if she's watching. About 5 months pass. You've gone through your first winter alone. You've managed to stay off the radar. You feel that connection, that adoration for your sire. That's what she called her. Your sire. But she's still your moon. There's still that nagging affection. She comes back for you. She tells you the city is safe again. She has family for you to meet. And there is someone that you both have to be introduced to in order to live peacefully. So, as Moon is coming back and explaining all of this to him, how does Calvin respond?
Where would be the area where she comes to him?
Did you probably find him while he was working? Just like
So somewhere
drop
in the
out of a tree.
forest?
Private
Okay.
conversation.
He's gonna punch her.
Okay, roll me a strength plus brawl. For ease's sake, you're at home.
Okay, cool. 3 successes.
Your punch lands. She's fucking sturdy for a tiny woman. She kind of just laughs. Oh, that's my boy.
Hmm.
She's gonna grab your wrist and twist.
And
you up against the tree.
Uncle.
That's what I thought. She'll let go.
Where have you been?
I've had the shit to do. And you've had to stuff to do. I can't walk you through your whole life. You gotta figure out parts of this out by yourself.
I didn't expect you to. You're not my goddamn mom.
Yeah, I know. Sure fucking hope I'm not your mom.
I think I would rather be disowned if you were a natural mother.
Aw, no.
Okay, let's be fair. We punch each other to show affection. I feel like that's a bit something.
Honestly, it's kind of hot, but I'm not gonna complain. She grins.
Just blinks. Okay,
Oh, you're so precious.
yeah. Shove it.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So are you here?
Yeah, I've got more blood for you, mate.
Blood as in like our clan?
Yeah. Believe it or not, I'm part of a brood.
You have and you haven't killed them? That's surprising.
Listen. I can't kill Mitch. When you meet him, you'll understand why.
Is you can't or you won't.
I won't kill him. The same reason why I won't kill you. But it's much less likely that I'll
I
kill
am.
him. So don't test your luck.
Wow, that I'm your own goddamn chowder. You know what? Let's just go meet him.
Do you really want to go into that right now? Do you? Okay, that's what I thought.
Hey, you didn't really give me a choice.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't have punched me. Too impressive. I couldn't just let you continue on the way you are. Besides, it's either doing that to you or killing you.
Just not gonna answer that. Let's go.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. So how's that little squirrel of yours enjoying life, huh?
Oh, he's somewhere. I think.
Kind of. You see her kind of like duck and like swing around. There's an acorn on the ground now.
Hehehe. Almost got you that time.
Should have fucking knew you were the distraction.
I always a distraction. Come on, Acorn.
So she starts to drive. It's kind of surprising that she knows how to drive. But for as long as you've known Moon, she's been a surprising woman. Something built off of contradictions. She takes you. And you meet up at a place that's pretty nondescript. And you see a couple of cars parked out front. And she just leads you out and inside, almost all the way through. So you get go into the backyardish area of the place. Very private. And she will take you, basically present you before three people. They're all wearing various kinds of clothes. But the one that you notice that Moon greets the warmest is a young man with like shaggy hair, with a smartphone in hand, and give me a wits and awareness.
One, two, three, four, five.
You notice something shift right underneath his bandana that he wears around his neck. It's a almost glowing blue light. And he greets you with a nod and signs and starts. He kind of looks to Moon for a moment. She gives a bit of a brief nod. And he signs at you in ASL. My name's Mitch. Nice to meet you.
Cal will sign back. My name is Cal. It's nice to meet you.
His expression's a little shy, but he seems to warm a little. Then he continues. I hope you're not nervous. We will meet important people.
Like, what kind of important people?
They own city.
Like the entire city?
He gives a nod. And then he will turn to you and then look to the other two people he is with. G'day and Einar, would you like to introduce the gangrel in Primogen? And describe what they look like to the new baby gangrel.
Absolutely. So, the other gentleman that you see standing in front of you, he's got shoulder length, sandy blonde hair. He's dressed in what looks like a linen button up shirt, gauzy pants. But close at his heel, he has a large golden wolf. He slides the white Panama hat back on his head a little bit, leans on the twisted wooden walking stick that he carries, and looks you over. We ain't had a new pup in the city for a while. So, tell me, new pup, you got a name?
Calvin, but most people just call me Cal.
Good, sturdy name. I'm Doug, and he jerks his head over to the woman. That's Lee. I'm going to be taking responsibility for you folks. Oh, and this here's Doug, and he points at the wolf. That Doug with a U.
Understood. He's gonna point to the squirrel on his shoulder. This is Acorn.
There's some vague chittering in your ear, Cal. And holds up an acorn. And holds it back a little bit like he's about to throw it.
Cal's like, oh, nope, don't do that.
Slowly
And
lowers the acorn.
you'll hear Doug chitter back.
There's some delighted chittering. Kind of scoots down your arm, drops to the ground, just like crawls up him. Kind of pulls at it, like he crawls all the way up to his face. Basically pulls out one of his eyebrows for a minute, stares at him, then just goes back down and back over to Cal.
I'm so sorry. I did not teach him that.
Fine, kid. Trust me, I've experienced a lot weirder.
Inquisitive. Should I expect that from you also?
No, I have manners, unlike this one.
There's some chittering protests. You understand them pretty easily. How dare you? I have great manners. I just shook his hand.
I just kind of speak to him back because I feel what's worse. That's not how you shake hands.
The big bushy thing over his eye wasn't a hand.
No, we'll talk later. Hello, miss. It's really nice to meet you. As once again, I'm Cal.
Lee, how much have you been informed about what it is like living amongst the rest of us?
You, other than Moon, you're the first ones I've met. I know how to survive. That's about it. Kind of
Lots
know.
of plus.
I know we're Clan Gangrel, we're Kindred. I know how to hunt, feed myself, take care of myself. That's about it.
You are aware that not every kindred is gangrel?
I'm aware, yeah. There's, I think, like 10 others. Moon really didn't describe them too well to me.
More than that. But
Oh, great. Okay, cool.
in this city, we are expected to treat each other the same way that we would treat a close family. I would suggest that you treat other individuals that you meet in this city with the same respect that you might treat your sire.
Cal would just cock his head from it. I really don't think that's a good idea. When I first saw her today, I just punched her. I don't think I should be punching other people.
Perhaps then
Moon will
with
just nod.
more respect than you would treat your sire.
I can do that.
You have been informed that we will be introducing yourself and your sire to the prince this evening.
The prince is the leader, right?
Yes.
Uh, yeah, I was told I was supposed to meet whoever they are. They really didn't tell me much of anything.
There was a vague
Christ almighty,
explanation
Moon.
that it's a vague explanation of someone owns the city and you have to do introductions. But
Really just
Gangrel
wrapping off this
were
fresh little.
Mhm.
Ah,
Hey, I'm
All
staying too.
territory. All territory is the prince's territory.
Okay. So
Wherever we happen to be is because that is where we are allowed to be.
all right, that makes sense. So the prince owns everything. We have to introduce ourselves to him, or she, or they. He. Okay. Is there? You said there was multiple have to introduce. But is there like a? Is there like a second in command, or is there like a
Well,
person?
there is an entire court. This evening, we will be introducing you only to the prince. It is likely that yourself and other individuals in your age group will be introduced to the rest of the court at a more formal occasion. We do this so that you can settle in somewhat.
I can definitely do that. Is there any kind of like greeting I'm supposed to give? Am I supposed to like, I don't know, give a head nod, or am I supposed to like bow or something?
I recommend bowing, but Prince Sexton, he gets a little weird about that stuff sometimes. He's got this. He kind of looks at Lee. What would you call it? Progressive ideology.
I would say to follow the lead of whomever is the highest ranking in the room. Unless it's Doug, in which case maybe behave a bit more formally.
So we're following your lead then. Moon just points at me.
The prince is used to dealing with individuals who are not his own family.
Okay, so you two are not coming with us. It's just gonna be me and her.
Oh no, I'm going to be there with you, making sure you behave yourself. And besides, somebody's got to introduce you to the prince, and Since somebody decided to put me in charge, gotta be me.
It's your own doing. You had to remind them that you are the elder of the two of us.
Yeah, I thought that meant he was going to leave me alone and give you the responsibility.
In a way, I suppose he did.
The prince led by the nose by spite. I can get behind that. I think. Maybe. No.
Do you even want to be here?
I do. She kind of leans on Mitch's shoulder, like putting her forearm on him. I miss this place.
If
I
it
don't.
makes you,
Hmm?
if it makes you feel any easier about the thought of bringing in such a young individual, my understanding is that there is to be a group of them.
Oh! I kind of looks over at Cal. I was just bringing him here because there aren't many of us further out. This is the place that I know. I wanted to find those that survived because they stayed.
There are
Yeah,
not many.
Is this all of us?
kid, you're looking at the entirety of Clan Gangrel in the city of Philadelphia.
No, Omadra.
Right, the Irishman.
Oh, there's only 7 of us?
Yep.
Is that normal for a city?
No, no. Um,
Like Gangrel? They usually have none of us.
Strap in, kid, because I'm going to give you a quick little history lesson. And ain't going to be pretty. Last prince, Burke, she didn't take kindly to our unique presence. She wanted us gone. And, well, by hook or by crook, she got her wish. Some of us were luckier than others. And you'll see his eyes flick over to Mitch before settling back down on the floor. Some of us, not so much. But this new prince, he's got ideas. He says all of us working together, pulling in the same direction, we can be better than we are solo. Fought a whole war for it.
That's a lot to take in.
Oh, wait till you meet the man. He is he's a lot to take in.
How about we stick to logistics for the moment?
Yeah, yeah. So
Prince. He is the Prince of Philadelphia, John Sexton. He comes from Clan Ventru, the Clan of Kings. And the style that you should use when addressing him is Your Grace.
Okay, I can do that. Venture. Oh, she's missing Venture. She said they have scepters up their asses. Whatever that means.
maybe
Okay.
keep that little fact under your hat, kid.
That is accurate.
Moon
However,
just nods encouragingly.
Prince Sexton is also a religious man and is fasting. So you may want to be careful about what comes out of your mouth.
Oh, I wasn't gonna say that in front of him.
Very few people have their tempers improve when they are hungry.
Okay. So I got the short end of the stick when it comes to a sire. Okay, gotcha.
Moon might be a problem, but she's good people somewhere
I came
deep down
back.
inside.
And you know who your sire is. There are any number of us who cannot make that claim.
Me, I was a biting bolt.
Oh, so wait. So some people don't even know who their sires?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
It's pretty common in our clan, actually. You should be grateful I came back within half a year.
Oh, okay.
There's
That's
like a brief gesture, but mention. We were both biting bolts. I had to go find this asshole.
I do not know what it is that you eat primarily, but I would suggest that red tail hawk and any kind of vulture should be off of your menu.
I can do that.
And if you happen to see the world's fattest bear, do let somebody know.
I think I'm gonna stay away from bears.
Good thing you learned.
Cletus
Is
is a
that
sweetheart.
that fat guy wander off again?
Well, you know.
They did not wander. Jed, Mori, and Red simply found their way out of the city. They never were much for court politics.
Understandable. So as this conversation winds, you'll end up staying here for your day's sleep. But upon your next night, your primogen, you are informed of the titles you're going to have to remember. Doug is your primogen. Moon elaborates that he is going to be your pack leader, while both of you reside within the city. And once they're both out of the room, she further elaborates that Lee is actually the pack leader, but we have to kiss ass a little bit because Doug is like officially primogen. But that continues. Y'all wait. Lee and Doug come back for you, and Moon. And she gets the cleanest clothes that she has in her bag. Because you know that she has a bit of a go bag. There aren't any fancy clothes. In fact, most of these clothes look like they've been stolen. It is flannel, jeans. She ties her hair back, and she looks freshly showered, which is probably as clean as you have ever seen her. Yes, she broke out the church flannel.
Yeah, Cal just looks amazed. It wants to say a lot of trash, but he doesn't feel like getting punched, so he's not gonna say anything.
Yeah, there's like a very sharp look that you get, just like, don't fucking comment.
Puts his hands up. Cool. I won't do it in front of your face.
You get shoved really hard. Makes you stumble a little bit. Yes. Doug and Lee take Moon and Cal to meet with the prince. They have arranged a meeting in order to introduce both of you so that you may fully come under the reign of the tower and may reside there. Hopefully. That is the goal, as far as Moon is able to tell you. Where does Doug and Lee lead Moon now?
So you would be taken deeper into the city. At this time of night, the Art Museum of Philadelphia is just starting to close its doors, but there is a rear entrance that Doug will lead the group of you through a few service halls and into a large marble floored exhibit hall. And at the far end of the hall, there sits an ornate wooden throne. And seated on that throne, you'll see a man just like this.
For the viewers at home, it is a very fancy blue suit with a crown, a ring, gloves, sword, and a cane, and very polished shoes. He looks very expensive. His spear looks like it's been shoved very, very far up.
Mm-hmm. His hands are gloved. He does. He looks 5 dots in resources expensive. Doug will look over at you, Cal. You just stick close to me, okay, kid?
Gotcha.
And he'll
Pauses at the door, speaks to someone, and then curses under her breath. Doug, she's not here. Tread carefully.
You got it. Okay. Here goes nothing. And he will begin very calmly walking toward the throne. You can tell that he is tense, but trying to stay relaxed. As you approach the throne, this man looks pale and dead. He is watching you with hungry hazel eyes. And what have you brought me this evening, Primogen Hopewell? It's a baby. I know it's a fucking baby, Primogen Hopewell. What is it doing here? Introductions, Your Grace. Go on then. This is Calvin Harrison Anderson. Anderson. He Moon, fresh, the baby. And the prince leans his elbows onto his knees, curls his left hand over his right hand, props his chin. Tell me, Calvin, what is it that you know of our life?
Hello, Your Grace. I know that's gonna be filled with pain and misery, and we need to make what best we can out of it.
And the traditions?
I am unfortunately still learning them. I do know of some of them, but not all of them, sir.
Tell me, do you know, at the very least, the first tradition?
Protect the masquerade, sir.
Hmm. What a well-spoken child. Primogen Hopewell, I do hope that you will instruct the child properly. Ms. Moon, I do appreciate you respecting my domain. He seems to soften a bit when regarding Moon.
Moon will bow respectfully and with more grace than Calvin has ever seen her bear. And she will come back up. Thank you for allowing me back into Philadelphia, Prince Sexton.
What was done to your family was inexcusable and unforgivable. I can only hope to make right the crimes of my family. I will grant you hospitality and what domain you can hold. Welcome to Philadelphia, Mr. Anderson. Do not disappoint me.
Yes, sir.
Now, a word of caution. We are fresh off of a war, and as such, there are eyes upon us. I recommend staying indoors until we can find a suitable assembly for you to learn and grow with. In that time, do brush up on your traditions. Moon, if you require any teaching materials, please contact Alicia. She'll be more than happy to assist you.
Thank you.
If there is anything you require, do not hesitate to ask your whip or your primogen. They will do everything in their power to make sure that it is provided for you. I do apologize for my brisk demeanor. It is a interesting time of year in my faith. You'll see him run his tongue across his teeth, his fangs extended, almost jutting into the gums of his lower jaw. So, if you will excuse me, I will dismiss you lot for the time being. I will call you all together once again at the proper time. But for now, I should make my leave. And he will cast an eye back to Doug. You are dismissed, Imogen Hopewell. Thank you, Your Grace.
This entire time, Moon has had a hand on Calvin's shoulder. She gives another bow of a nod to the prince as they are dismissed.
John will rise from his throne and offer a deep bow of respect to the others before moving behind the throne and through a door at the rear of the hall.
He is left. It would be in our best interest to quickly follow suit. In the future, should the prince remain in the room, it is improper to turn your back on him.
Got it.
Especially right now. Man, gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Let's go, let's get out.
Doug is practically sprinting to the exit. He's kind of ushering everyone with him, like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Moon has taken up the rear and is right behind Calvin, more or less like pushing him.
Oh
and
no,
starts to slow down.
he's not slowing down. He's like, I want to leave so badly.
So, you've been introduced to the prince. The whip, the primogen, go on their separate ways. Moon leaves with you, Calvin. As she does so, she explains the tradition of accounting. It's not very well followed outside of the Camarilla. But it is expected to be followed through with if you're going to reside within the tower. So she is going to be around much more.
Oh, great.
So, you both go back to a pretty temporary looking apartment. The windows are blacked out with bags over them. It's getting toward the end of the night. You get that familiar feeling of day approaching. You have to get ready to go in a torpor. Any last thoughts?
Mostly of what in the heck did he get himself into? He felt like a weird presence from the prince. He's never really seen like a kindred with their blush off and that intimidating presence. He's just like, is everyone like that? He was looking forward to be the prince, and now he doesn't ever want to see him again, even though he doesn't really have a choice in that matter. So it's just mostly a little bit on guard, just being like, oh, that's the first venture I've ever met. I don't want to meet another.
If you said that in front of Moon, she would have basically told you.
I know that I didn't act like I didn't believe you.
I'm not gonna let him do anything to you.
But isn't he like the prince? Doesn't he what he says goes or whatever?
Yeah,
You just don't care.
I mean, you're mine before you're his. So,
Okay, that is
I don't
fair.
think he's going to. But he comes close to touching you, I'm going to. We're leaving. Ha! This is the second chance I'm giving this city. If Adventure fucks me over again, I'm gone. I don't care if Mitch is invested here.
I mean, that's fair. They screwed over once. If they do it again, it makes sense to leave.
Mm-hmm. You get it.
And the last prince, the bad one, that was also Venture too?
Yeah. She was a piece of work.
Okay, that
But
makes sense.
we'll talk about that tomorrow night. Gives like
Alright.
a light pat to his cheek. Yeah, I gotta make sure you're. Kind of stares intently at you. You have not worked on your fortitude, have you?
What's that exactly? I've been working on the other stuff you told me to work on.
Yeah, figured. We'll work on that later.
You told me to work on the eyes in the points to the squirrel, the animal stuff.
I told you to work on all of it. You just refuse to eat people.
I wonder why I refuse to eat people.
I don't know.
What do you mean? There are days. There are some days where I just realize that you don't understand things at all.
You're just sensitive. Pat.
I can't wait to the day where I can flip you and not go running scared for my life.
Ha! I can't wait to see that.
All right. There's gonna be a day where I kick you in the face and you stay down.
Do it.
Today's not that day. I'm gonna go lay down.
That's what I fucking thought.
I'm not stupid.
No, but you are scared.
I think that's very prevalent. I'm scared.
Good. And you'll survive.
You have
She
weird
goes
ways
back
of
to where she's
teaching.
sitting. None near as active.
Ugh.
And she goes to where she's going to sleep. And on that note, welcome to Philadelphia, Calvin Anderson. Any parting shots from to you, Teco?
Yeah. One last thing is when Cal's getting ready for day sleep,
Mhm.
and when the sun does rise and he's still awake because he's Humanity 9,
Mhm.
he gets a little sad because he hasn't been able to do his usual hike and embrace the nature.
Roll me
And he,
wits plus intelligence.
ooh, fun.
You're still at Hunger 1.
Oh my god, that is no success. It's going to use a willpower.
Okay.
Okay, that's better. That's 2.
You faintly remember the feeling of the sun on your skin coming through the foliage in the forest. In the instant you remember that, something deep inside of you recoils Welcome to Philadelphia. Child of Moon. Descendant of Xavier. Cal Anderson. I'm going to dismiss the bot.